Hey guys, um, I realized that it has been a while since I have posted a video, and that's because I've been struggling with my mental health, and um, I had a moment today that just kind of I want to talk about because it kind of put things in perspective for me. But I've been struggling with my mental health for the last couple years. I kind of basically gave up on my life and stopped going out, stopped socializing, stayed indoors all the time, kind of became agoraphobic, and just stopped living at all. And it's been really difficult, but I'm finally starting to love myself and live again. I was processing and coming to terms with childhood trauma and things that happened to me when I was younger. And, I actually started confronting those problems and actually having to deal with the emotions instead of not. And that kind of threw me for a loop because I didn't realize. I guess you don't realize when you are actively wanting to recover from trauma that it is going to really make you depressed. It is. It's not easy. Like when people say like shadow work, which I guess that's what you would call it, or like reparenting yourself, healing your inner child is what I would say. I was kind of healing my inner child for the last couple years and finding out more about myself and what I want in my life. And I have become a much stronger person, but there are still aspects that still threw me for a loop and made me very antisocial and very depressed and very sad. And so I'm just coming out of that now and actually starting to take care of myself again and live and do things that I want to do and not care about what people think, because I stopped doing a lot of the content because I realized that social media was making me, as somebody who's been through trauma, it was making me feel like I was making content because I wanted constant validation from other people. Like I was so sad and upset. It was like I needed somebody to notice me or somebody to talk to, and just I was making content, I was making content for the wrong reasons. I mean, not necessarily like these mental health videos that I've done, because those are focused on my experiences, and I put these videos out there because I know there's people out there who also experience this, and, regardless of, how many subscribers I have, if any of my videos talking about my experiences can help somebody else, that will make me feel happy. I don't really care about having tons of subscribers or anything. This is like a video diary for me, and this is a place where I can verbalize some of my feelings and process some of my day-to-day things, because I have lived for so long with a negative with bad self-esteem and negative thinking. So when I think about these things inside my head, all I hear is the bad things. When I verbalize these things out loud, I can better understand myself and why I've been so hard on myself for so long. And I guess today kind of put it in perspective for me that I don't want to ever be this depressed again, because I was visiting with my family and found out that a family friend of my parents took his own life a few days ago. And he was not somebody I would have expected to. And my parents are in their late 60s, and so their friend is around that age. And you hear a lot about young people doing that, And I've definitely had my depression and a lot of moments where I felt like I didn't want to be existing anymore. But I've pushed through those feelings, and I've survived those hard times. And I guess, it was really heartbreaking seeing my mom's reaction to it, and just, it puts into perspective for me how much I had let myself go over the last year or two. And I don't want to let myself go anymore. I want to live my life, because I've spent most of my life being depressed and like waiting for something to happen, waiting for good things to happen. And I realized recently that it was because I wasn't loving myself. And I was looking for other people to give me the love I needed instead of giving that love to myself and appreciating who I am as a person and caring for myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. So now I'm going back and doing those things. And I guess hearing that today just made me feel even more urgent about taking care of my own mental health, because I know how easy it is to get to that point, because I've been in those dark places before. And I don't want to see that happen to me. I've already seen myself have a whole bout of like agoraphobia, which runs in my family. My great aunt was completely agoraphobic, and I don't want to be that way either. I want to be social. I want to be part of a community, and so I mean, today that really hit me pretty hard and threw me for a loop today, because I wasn't expecting that. But I think it's important to think about these things, because this is a person that I grew up seeing all the time, because they would come over for 4th of July celebrations and stuff at my family's house, and they're nice people, and it makes me sad, and I definitely will miss him and seeing him around. And I worry about his wife, who is now alone with their dogs. And I never want to do that. I never want to get to that point in my life. And I've come very close to it many times when I was like in my 20s especially. But now I'm sitting here like, okay, this is like, mental health is important. Mental health doesn't have an age that a mental illness and mental health issues don't have an age that they stop or start. People can be that sad and that depressed even after being married and having kids and having a happy life and having friends, because that's what he had. And mental health and mental illness, mental struggles don't discriminate. Everybody has those problems at some point in their life. Everybody has struggles. And it's important, if you do have struggles, to talk to somebody about it. For me, talking about this stuff on this channel, I hope will help some other people that might be afraid to talk to someone, or maybe they can relate to something that I have said because they've been through something similar. And, that's really why I make these videos, because I think talking about what I've been through is helpful for me, but also can be helpful for other people. So, yeah, those are just some updates and thoughts about what's been going on with me lately. So if you're feeling at all, suicidal or anything like that, please talk to someone, reach out to someone, a family member, a friend. You can comment on this video and I'll talk to you. I also am on X. My name is KidAnn89. And so reach out to me on X. I'll talk to you. Reach out to someone.